Está bien, mira, ya está bien.
Ya, con eso ahí.
Muy bien. Es un pintor igual que yo. No se da cuenta tan rápido.
Tapped on it cleanly, aimed to score as the runner from third. It's 3 down. And he's going to make it to first. So we'll see how they score. And down to Oscar Hernandez. Misses. And the count even 1-1. 2 runs across in the inning here in game 1. His pitch is outside. Snaps. First pitch straight from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count. Oh, he was sitting off speed though. Third and looking for the third. Called strike 3, a fastball up in his zone. Frustrating Anthony back with the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Ya por el medio.
Next one, see if the
Dale nada a la gente, suscríbanse. Permiso, medio, permiso, vamos para allá. Vamos para allá. Dale a la gente, suscríbanse. Compartan la transmisión.
And here it comes.
Mire.
For strike 2. It gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 2-strike situation
Denle like, señores, suscríbanse.
such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate, so very difficult to get the barrel out.
Dice por el medio.
Freeman off the first with 2 away.
Cuidado ahí.
Nice job behind the plate there.
Está bien, está bien.
Ya vamos a dormir, papi. Dormir, que son las 12 ya.
Still 1-2. 2 outs.
Solo está afuera, ¿y cómo es?
2 runs for him and they jump ahead. Bottom of the first. Here comes Gleyber Torres. Bounce to third.
Quieto ahí.
Throw on to Freeman. One gone, bottom half of the first. Here's Juan Soto.
Bueno, por el medio, Juan Soto. Vamos a puchar a Juan Soto ahora, mira.
guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to another 2 count.
Yeah.
Strikes out away, the count remains 0-2.
Esto lo hablabas.
And the run sent it over first. Some play there. 2 outs, base is empty. Here is Aaron Judge.
Todo en promedio es muerto.
2 outs, base is empty.
Yeah.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now.
Well, this tends to happen more often in this park than others, and that short fence is just so inviting for hitters. You see a lot.
Back inside Fenway Park, new inning getting started, and now Tommy Edman. Ground right side. He's got it. Nicely done for the out. Man, oh man, that ball was absolutely smoked. Triple-digit exit velocity. He dives, and I'm just shocked that the ball stayed this mid. Looked like he was going to hit on this one. Just offering his fouled off. 1 out, base is empty. Down, base is empty. Foul ball, it stays 0-2.
Ellos por ahí medio muerto.
The line of the pitch.
No.
Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that's the moneymaker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from the same side thrower as the hitter. It's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes, and very difficult to lay off. That's perfect location, right on the block. And over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do with as a hitter. Always do that fastball by and elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to you.
The Dodgers are sit down in 4. Dodgers go down quietly. They're up 2-0. Back now at Fenway. We head to the bottom of the second. Here's Stanton now. Sandy, here's a fun nugget. For the 2022 season, only 8 players ever had at least 3 career postseason hits. Hits were for extra bases. And you're one of them.
Postseason extra base hits was pretty special too. Gene always our favorite teams.
A gigantic blast. It's his 3rd home run of the series, and they're on the scoreboard. It's 2-1.
He just sent a jolt of electricity into the stadium with that swing.
And that's the first out. Nice recovery after getting up the home. What's your stop? Anthony Volpe stepping in now for the Yankees. Shortstop takes the ball.
cool, puffed up about that full-season extra base hit thing, singing. The all-time leader with 4 is Ken Holtzman, a pitcher, and one of his hits was a homer.
Yeah, but I'm sure he was a position player, though, before he started pitching.
But that's a foul ball. The pitch. Swing and that smashed on the line. Left shot here puts it away for the end. Now batting at number 2, the catcher. And now the catcher comes up to him. Steve Wells. There for his strike. Flaherty, 28 years old, and they traded for him earlier this year. And that's a base hit. And that extends him.
Los guineos. ¿Lo voy a dar o para atrás?
Ese no queda ahí. Había que sacarlo de ahí, ya quedó uno ahí abajo.
¿Tan fuerte?
Adentro de cosa pasó.
Sin fondo.
Una funda.
Is it first? Number 2.
This is a great field for his
Ah,
Bounce to the right side. Maybe that ends the inning. But not before they answer back with a solo home run. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. Back in Boston, top half of the 3rd inning. Here comes Chris Taylor. Swing and a miss, and that's straight away. And the right-hander deals. Swing and a miss, he was right. Strike 2. 0-2. The line to kick the pitch.
Really like the first sequence right there. I'm telling you, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
Now it's Mookie Betts.
Betts is definitely one of those guys that excels at everything he does, Brew. In terms of baseball, he can do it all. He won World Series, batting titles, gold gloves, and everything else you could think of.
It falls in, and that's a hit. So they're going to have a 1-out single.
Couple of hits in a row for a good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance, and weight transfer. And he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
Freddie Freeman up to the dish. Swing and a miss. And it's a run. Betts over at first with one away. Comes up empty.
Yeah, pretty clear to me. He's trying to go deep right there. But you've got to get a pitch that you can handle. Take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter's going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Here's Tasker Hernandez. That one ripped. And it's caught. Bottom of the inning, here is Gleyber Torres. Splits the plate, it's 0-1. Going too soon and strike 2. Soto down. breaking ball just got the corner. So what can really do with that?
One down, base is empty. Lays it on the dial. Throwing first on the money. Nice play.
Well, that is such a tough play. They make it look easy. They slow the game down. That diving stop there, it's only part of the equation. And you got to collect yourself, get up, make a good throw, and you got to get it there in time. That's the toughest part, especially when it's got to be on the money.
It's Aaron Judge now. Pitch misses there. 1-0. Home team down a run here in the last half of the third. And that's down and away.
It hasn't really the challenge of both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient to take it away here.
And that's in for a strike.
Look how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt. In the hitter's mind, the catcher's mind, and even the pitcher. This one's high and deep.
His second home run of the series, and ties it up. It's 2-2.
That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Grounded out his first time. That clips the inside corner for a strike. Tied up here in the early going.
나도 무슨
0-2. And he grounds one to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. No scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. 2-2 game. This is the World Series on the show. Game 1 of the World Series. Now the third baseman, Max Muncy. Foul ball.
You know, these Dodgers showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across the score as well.
Gets him to chase up the
Still relatively early, but with a pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set him up to do more damage later in this game.
that one way inside. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Well, you rarely ever see 3 curveballs in a row because that's one of those pitches that's most effective when you haven't seen it recently. You might see 3 sliders in a row, but right there, he was feeling that curveball and figured he could finish with that pitch.
Hernandez, the next to hit, takes outside.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Got it. Good swing and a miss.
That was pretty close right there.
Gets a piece and stays alive. One down, base is empty. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. And here comes Johnny Edman. Right there for a strike.
He's looking great so far. How much 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Next Alfred way off the plate.
Well, chase that time. He hasn't fallen behind an account like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first battle right here. Two down, nobody on. There's that four. Oh, do you think you could draw a walk in the bigs if we gave you enough at bats?
That's a good question. I think that if they gave the pitcher a full scouting report on me, yes, I think I could draw a walk. Smith stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. All tied up, top half of inning number 4. On the ground to the left. Over to first, 2 down, and they get the out on Smith. At number 3. Bottom of the 4th, now it's the right fielder, Giancarlo Stanton. And a foul ball. And the righty deals. This one chopped to the ground, but foul. 8-2. Swing and a ball chopped up. Lux gets under it. And he makes the catch. 1 down. And here is Anthony Rizzo. Foul off. And a pitch. In there at the knees. And it's 0-2. That one is upstairs. 1-2. Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That's down again, a slider missed. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. But it did not fall. Now he has something to worry about over at first.
Squirts away a little bit. And an excellent job keeping it right there. Shortstop takes the ball.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone when pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. You're going to have to get in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this event.
And a pitch. That one's in there. 3-1.
Good approach right there. Want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate, stand on it.
Hit on the ground might be 2. Takes it to the back. That's 1. Back for the first as he'll hold on to it. What do you get? Austin Wells stepping in now for the Yankees. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Come back to the mound. Tosses the first, and that's the 3rd out. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on.
We go to the top of the fifth, and now it's Gavin Lux. Cole back to work. Just missed Lux. In his fourth year, 26 years old, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Wisconsin. Kicks and fires. Misses the zone. 2-1. Fall off foul. Good ball in that spot.
Really good too, especially with 2 strikes.
High in the air, out to right. Stanton sizing this one up. There's an
Maybe caught that one off the edges a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Here comes Chris Taylor. Single and score heading to the first. He's 1 for 2. And ball 1. It's 1-1. The base is empty. Swing and a miss, and he got the chase. 1-2 now. It misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Out to center. Judge has it sized up. Corrals it. And that is that. We've hit the halfway point. Tied 2. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Here's Alex Verdugo. The right-hander back to work. There's a strike.
You know, these Yankees just haven't produced as many competitive at-bats as I'd like to see in this one. They really haven't worked many deep counts or long at-bats, and that's fine if you're having a lot of success, but at this point, I think it's time to make an adjustment.
To start the inning.
Didn't exactly square that one up, but sometimes you don't have to. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat. Just kind of muscled it out there, and on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
In the dirt, but too close. Too late, saved there. And now, a man in a scoring position.
Definitely trying to work down and get that double play ball, but he got away enough to erase any chance of that. Good job of moving up in the scoring position. And really good to make that right pitch really sting.
So first, when he beats it. And now it's Juan Soto. The middle, he's hit in the center field. Verdugo is passing on through. He will score with the Yankees take the lead. 3-2.
And there you go, the RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. There's your strike.
Well, in this situation, with the runner on the first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball to the pitch. The 2 strikes. Some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch with the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
And here is Jazz Chisholm Jr. Drilled out towards left center field. to time it out any better than that. Sure, it's the opposite way. Down the line. This has got a chance, and it is foul. You know what? Good one right there. Up the middle. That was foul in time. And they take care of Stanley. The first baseman, Anthony Rizzo steps to the plate. Right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. With 3 score in the inning, 2 of them on this 2-run double. It's 5-2. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Jim Cousins.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important bats and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Ripped to third and picked on a hop. Zips it across. One down. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Teoscar Hernandez. And now let's hit him. Anything in particular stand out to you as far as moments at Fenway Park?
Wow, it's unfortunate because I remember as an Oakland A's player, we were up in the series against the Red Sox, 2-0. Game, we went extra innings. The Red Sox won that ball game, and then Sunday they pushed the series by winning for Game 5, and unfortunately they won Game 5 as well.
Really holding the breaking ball in. Here comes Max Muncy. He's over 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
No.
That was 2003, and the Red Sox would eventually get their heart broken by Aaron Boone, but end the curse a year later. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. Movement in the Yankees pen. Clark Schmidt getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Canley getting loose as well. In the dirt, and the count 1-2. Slider misses outside. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Snelling and Willis struck him out. And good work here. Back here at Fenway, the batter will be the shortstop, Anthony Volpe. Right through there for a strike.
So, Luke, you went to college in this town. What was it like for you being a college student and having the opportunity to bounce over here to Fenway Park and see some games?
Yeah, in fact, 1990, a couple of college classmates and I, we were in college. We bought standing room tickets, and then the next night got a chance to see the Red Sox clinch the East against the White Sox in that sliding catch in the corner by Tom Verdansky. The Red Sox end up losing to the Oakland A's. But that's one of the things that I'll think about in terms of memories from going to college and going to Fenway.
I can't argue with that one. And clearly, he was looking for something else, anything but the breaking ball. It's a big pitch to hit right there if you're looking for it, and kind of a gift in a 2-strike count. But sometimes you just get fooled and you got to tip your cap.
Well struck left field. And he hits it the monster. Makes the turn and hits for second. They throw it in. Not gonna get him. He's in there.
He was all over that one. Put a pretty good swing on that one as he drove it out to deep left. Didn't quite have the right combination of launch angle and exit velocity to get it over the fence, but you're never going to be disappointed with extra bases.
And here comes the Dodgers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Jack Flaherty. Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Daniel Hudson.
Nobody's trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Verdugo in the box again. Takes the strike. prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff. And a ton of strikeouts, and it's like this, that is a big-time benefit.
You've got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just put the ball in place somewhere, and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick it up.
Torres in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. And that's off the inside edge. And it's 2-0. Swings through that one for strike one.
As a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing at this.
Man on second, 2 down. Here comes Mills around third. And he's out. Down, and that ends the inning.
Well, it's pretty difficult to throw a base runner out at the plate with 2 outs and a base hit to the outfield, but an excellent job of coming up with it, getting it quickly, and throwing on the money. That is great technique from start to finish. Nice job to end the inning.
Now back for the 7th, we have a new pitcher on the mound. Number Schmidt. Swinging a foul straight back. The pitch. There's a swing and it's line. In one hops off the wall, should be extra bases. Judge hustles it back in, and they hit him at second. Maybe this is going to be the moment they start to come back.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Tommy Edman at the plate. He's 0 for 1. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1.
You want to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's going to look over your shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
And the 0-1. That one back up the middle and it gets through. Around third. Throws to second. And he's back trying for 2. But a run does come in to score. And up to the plate is Will Smith. And there's a foul ball. The 0-1. One's inside. 1 out, base is empty, and a run in here in the late stages of game 1. Missed inside with the curve.
Curveball kind of backed up on him there. I think it just slid out of the hand a little bit too soon.
Fouls one off. 2-2. 1 down, base is empty. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And blocked for strike 3.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
Foul back all the way, and that's out of play. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here in the top half of inning number 7. There's a empty, that's strike 2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to chase the stuff in the dirt.
And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. That ends the frame. 1 run on 2 base hit. And we're back here at Fenway Park, set for the last half of the 7th. And now it's going to be Juan Soto.
With both starters out of the game, this quickly becomes a bullpen game, and this is something we see more and more in the game today, especially in the postseason.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Smith makes the catch. And there's 1 down. Aaron Judge at the plate. Missed with a changeup. And that's ball 1. Ground ball up the middle. Lays out. Can't squeeze it. But he can't come up with it. First baseman number 13. With the plate, Jazz Chisholm Jr. He was set on the base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now one out.
Back-to-back base hits. I can watch base hits like that one all day long, and so can every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive in the center field.
And that one fouled off. Yola. That's a little bit low. One out. Runners at first and second. Fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Hernandez grabs it on the run. So first and second with 2 outs. And stepping for the Yankees, Anthony Rizzo. And that's in for a strike. Pitch is in there. And the count is 0-2.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First two pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the walls. Figure something out and figure it out quicker.
Into the outfield base hit. Here comes the judge around third. And he's out. Knocked down, and that ends the inning. So they strand a pair. 8th inning coming up. It's the Yankees 5 and the Dodgers 3. Now back at a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Tommy Canley.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and take the tight lead late in the ballgame. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Taylor, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Next offering is downstairs.
No strike.
On the ground right side. And he handles it himself for the out. Well, here's Mookie now. This guy for a strike. Canley, 34-year-old veteran, a former first-round pick back in 2013. Swings through that one for strike 2.
It might be time to choke up a little bit. Get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
And then skips into there.
Took up the right guy at the right spot. They really need a rally, and this guy is someone you can believe in and to find a way to get on base.
So in the middle, skipping out, quick for the strikeout.
Way in front of that inside pitch there, and just exactly the opposite kind of approach that you want with 2 strikes. You want to let the ball travel. Make sure you recognize it. Try to shorten up so that you can at least hit the ball in play. Clearly fooled, but I think he equates the 2 strikes. There is his
and we're at the top of the 8th. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Two outs. Not close with that one. And the count is even 2-2. Left-hand batter waits. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And a base hit to the right. And it rolls into the corner.
That play looks routine defensively, but with all of the little nooks, it can get real tricky down in the corner. Kept it to a long single. Nice defensive play.
So 2 down. Teoscar Hernandez. The next hit on that fastball. Freeman off the first with 2 away. And Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. Looking very settled out here in the eighth. When they're out, they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the ninth with at least a 2-run lead. The tying run at the plate. Liner, base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out. Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he jumped up a little bit, maybe spread out. He got the job done right there. New pitcher for the Yankees, Luis Heel. These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations. Let's see. Stand 10 or 2 away as he takes a ball. Lots of anxious fans in the ballpark right now. You can feel it. That just misses. And that's ball 2. Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge for strike. Right through there for a strike. So the tying run at second.
Era bola.
So it's up there at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you gotta find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
No, ya, no,
Too much on that one. Dodgers strand a couple. Still a 2-run deficit. It's 5-3. Back here in Boston, ready for the bottom of the 8th. And stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. Fastball in for a strike. The pitch. That's hard hit on the line. That's the wall. I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base. Well, at the plate now. That's ball 1. Next offering is in for a strike. On the ground first. And it finds its way through for a hit. Back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. And next for New York, Alex Verdugo. That's in for a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
And that gets the inside corner for a strike. Now, we may not like either of those first 2 pitches or agree with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit. So second, there's one. A 3-6-1 double play. The 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, is one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first, and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there, they made it look pretty easy. Here's Gleyber Torres. Out towards right center field. And it's field. The throw into second. Save. And they add to their lead as the run scores from third. Man in scoring position with 2 away. Next is the designated hitter, Juan Soto. Right-handed reliever. Big swing and a miss. More and more guys are working the slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on this approach. Off the plate inside. Now 1 and 2. And another ball. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Base hit right there. Coming home. Here's the throw. doing with the RBI. Pitch was in and off the plate. It's so hard to do anything with a pitch in that location. But somehow he got the burn to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
Judge stands in now, looks at that one inside. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. And a strike, the pitch. Ground ball to the over, it's a base hit. Throw in hits the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Jazz Chisholm Jr. So the Dodgers have a new one on the mound, Brent Honeywell Jr.
Number 30. Brent Honeywell.
Soto at second, Judge at first, 2 out of the inning. Next offering is in for a strike. Got him looking, that's a strikeout. So 2 runs in the inning on 5 hits. No errors, but 2 are left stranded. We're on. And we're back. Here's Kike Hernandez. The pitch. That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning.
Anytime one of your hitters gets drilled, it catches everyone's attention in the dugout, and you know what? It kind of gets you fired up.
And the batter now, Tommy Edman. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play.
When the leadoff man gets on, you want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can
And a swing and a miss there.
the hitter early and off balance on that swing will find the pitcher and take a little bit more off so you can get him to chase something in the dirt.
Pitch misses there. And a count 1-2. The Yankees leading by 4 here at the top of the dial. Shortstop takes the ball.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
And at first, the batter now will be Will Smith. Swing and a miss. And at first, just missed. Swing and a miss as he was really that time.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
And look out. That one gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
Well, the bright side is that will help the on-base percentage a little bit, and that's a category no batter can ignore these days. OBP, OPS, well, maybe that weighs the pain just a little bit.
First and second one. Now it's the second baseman, Gavin Lux. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Around third. And he's safe at third as a run scores.
Well, that gets him a little closer in this one. When you connect and it jumps on you down like that, you're thinking double at the very least. But a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Chris Taylor down. Swings and misses. Strike ball. One down. Runners at second and third. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 2.
Just a bit late on that 0-1 breaking ball. 0-2 hole now. He's going to have to shorten up, tighten things up if he's going to have a good at bat.
Swings and misses, and a fastball up in the zone for the strikeout.
Three pitches, down, fastball up, swinging, big. It's like learning a chord progression, getting those strums right, man. So many pitchers prefer working north-south these days compared to the east-west, and that was a great example right there.
Ahora vamos a sacar ahora.
Tying run at the plate. High fly ball out towards left field. That's back there. And he deposits that one into the monster seats. He circles the bases, and we're starting over. It's 7-7. The brighter the lights, the more he shines.
Yeah, this guy lives for big moments, and right there made a statement big time. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
So it's all tied up thanks to a home run. Freddie Freeman.
Made a statement big time.
Tying run at the plate. High fly ball out towards left field. That's back there. And he deposits that one into the monster seats. He circles the bases, and we're starting over. It's 7-7. The brighter the lights, the more he shines.
Yeah, this guy lives for big moments, and right there made a statement big time. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
So it's all tied up. And here's the strike. Two down, nobody on. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That's back. Holds it in the warning track. Big three-run shot for the Dodgers. And we're deadlocked here at 7-7. You're watching the World Series on the show. Back here in Boston, Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. The pitch. Oh, this one's blasted.
No, no.
It's out of here. Well, in the postseason, there's so much excitement, so much energy, everyone hanging on every single pitch. To have a walk-off win under these circumstances, these people have gone crazy. What a nice win, but you've got to turn the page quickly to come back for the next game.
And a final 8-7 for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB.